first experience at the DMV was, of course, to get my license, and I waited 2.5 hours in line, only to be answered by unfriendly employees. Then, of course, we found out that I didn't have all the correct paperwork, so I had to go home and I had to get my passport and whatever other picture ID that you need. And I came back and waited in line for another 2 hours, license, but it was totally worth the wait.
So you could drive.
Uh-huh.
Was that the last time you were at the DMV?
Yes, it was, thankfully.
Do you look forward to going to the DMV next?
Absolutely not. I dread it.
If you could describe the DMV in one word, what would it be?
Inefficient.
Oregon DMV. You know, I've had actually some surprisingly good experiences with Oregon DMV, which surprised me because I didn't expect it. Except for the last guy that took my picture. He went out of his way to get me to laugh in such a way that it made me look like I might have subsidy from the government because of my disabilities when he took the picture. Last time I was there, I needed help. I didn't have exactly the documentation I needed or something, and they went out of their way to solve my problem. So I gotta say, I was very impressed.
Cool. Okay, and then the next question I have is about the atmosphere of the DMV, as far as like aesthetics or organization.
Right.
How efficient was it? What did you feel when you were sitting there?
Okay, good. As far as the aesthetics go, the aesthetics are wretched. DMV is almost a joke when you talk about aesthetics. Be up there with a really bad bathroom experience in a gas station. But actually, things worked pretty well. There was one of those ticket things, and things moved along pretty fast, and the chairs were pretty comfortable actually. So, not bad.
How did you feel about the ticket experience? Did it bother you that you were a number?
Oh, sure. Unless it moves fast. You know, it just seems like in this day and age there's a better way. Because really, honestly, a ticket is so 19th century. Take a ticket and we'll call you when we're ready for you. And that would have been my last experience, predominantly would have been, you are fitting into our needs, except for the way this woman took care of my needs and really helped me in a situation when I needed help, and problem-solving skills too, and she delivered both. So she overcame the kind of dehumanizing aspect of the ticket and the yucky aesthetics.
Great. Anything else? Oh, if you could describe the DMV in a word.
A word. Adequate. Because the good is so overwhelmingly countered by the kind of negative that it ends up being just adequate.
I'm wondering just like your overall opinion of the DMV.
DMV is someplace that you just never want to go to, but you have to. So it's like going to the doctor, except worse because you have to stand in line forever.
What was your last experience with the DMV like? Good or bad? Do you remember it?
I do because the closest one to where I live is in Woodburn, and you know, it's take a number and wait behind a zillion people, and just the employees seem to go on breaks a lot, and it just seemed to, you know, shut one window and go do something, and I just had to wait forever. I don't know if you can make appointments there now, but that would be ideal if people would keep them, and you pretty much knew, like any other appointment, that you could get in within just a couple minutes of your appointment or a few minutes. But just having to stand in line like cattle and wait in a horrible atmosphere is just the worst.
Do you feel like the DMV is a customer service experience?
Not at all.
Do you think it should be?
Well, I do. I mean, it doesn't have to be like Nordstrom's, but yeah, I think it could be way better than sort of grumpy, pouty-faced people behind the counter who clearly don't appear to like what they're doing, and just kind of shuffle you around. So it's, you know, you don't have a choice of a place to go. If you got treated like that at any store, you would just choose to go to some different store next time. But with the DMV, you're forced to do that. I mean, fortunately, they're extending licenses now longer, so you don't have to go in as frequently, which is good. But it's about the only thing good I can say about it.
If you had to describe the DMV in a word, just one word, how would you describe it?
One word. Let's say it's a word that's hyphenated. It's actually probably 2 words. Unnecessary evil.
Great. Thank you.